Okay, so hopefully this is going to be a quick video on Portrait Pro 15 and the benefits of using face filtering programs. So I'm self-taught, so using Photoshop can be a little bit daunting when you don't really know what you're doing. When it comes to doing things like wanting to add a bit of mascara or stuff like that. Basic retouching like spot removal is easily done on Photoshop, but things like this are a little bit more complex. And so for the quickness and the cheapness, you can get something like this program, which is only like £20 or £40 for the one with the where you can open bigger files. So we actually want to use this image here, which I'm going to open. Where is it? Which one was it? This one, I think, wasn't it? 201 is this one. So these are the original images in the TIFF, not in the RAW. It doesn't open RAW, I don't think. I haven't tried it, to be fair, but I don't see why it would. So this is the studio version of Portrait Pro 15, which means I can open TIFF images. Otherwise, the cheaper version is just the non-studio version, which means you can just open the JPEG. So it finds the face for you. You select what it is. Obviously, Laura is a female, a pregnant female. So there is a body version of this. I wouldn't use it myself. It's a lot of faff. I would just use Paint Shop, Photoshop even, to change the body. We're just going to go for the face. So this is the before and this is the after, and it's automatically changed some features. As you can see, her face is a bit of an odd shape now. So you basically drag the sliders where they need to be. So I'm going to just get on with moving the face. My computer's really slow. It's a really old laptop, so please just bear with me. Opening this many programs at once just drives it crazy. So you're just dragging this outliner to the edge of her face. Obviously, before you edit someone's photos as drastically as this, you need to ask them if it's something that they would like. A lot of people are going to be offended if you change the way they look, so they don't look like them anymore, you know. I will, so it automatically, like I said, it automatically does its own thing. I'm going to just zoom in, so if you push Control and Plus on your keyboard, it does a pretty good job. I mean, her eyes are pretty, I mean, everything, I mean, her nose is nowhere near her nose, but we can change that ourselves anyway. It does a good job of detecting her face. So you might want to just skip ahead to once I've done this bit, because it's taking its jolly old time. Yeah, so as I was saying about changing the body shape or things like that, I mean, you should try not to do that anyway, to be honest, because, you know, social standards and all that. But there might be things that you do want to change, or like if you've got them posed in a certain way, or you want to, in this case, in Laura's case, I wanted to make her bump just a little bit more obvious because I haven't posed her very well, you know, and that's something that's your fault, not her fault. So you might want to just adapt that in Paint Shop yourself. I would say that's probably more there. Right, so now let's just move her nose. So this top bit here is supposed to be at the tip of her nose, which is over here. So let's move that, shall we? And this is supposed to be sort of at the base of her nose, which is here. I never really changed the nose anyway, but you could literally give her a nose job if you wanted. I don't use it for that. I use it to add a bit of mascara, get rid of a few pimples here and there. I would change her lip colour because it's pretty pale on there. that's about it really. She doesn't really need her eyebrows doing. I'm going to move this one down because you can actually see the line of her eyebrow isn't there. That's a bit better. I believe that her eye isn't up there. I'm going to bring that one down a bit as well. Well, let's see how that does for us. So it automatically has given us this. I mean, look at the sharpness of those eyes. I would reset to original and do it all yourself. Ignore the tips, they're a little bit annoying. So face sculpt, you could bring up the face shape if you wanted to very slightly. You could make her eyes a little bit bigger or wider. She's got beautiful lips and beautiful smile. I'm not going to change anything about that. And her nose is beautiful as well, so I'm not going to change anything like that. So I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to go to skin smoothing. So around her eyes, if you see, you can bring that right up to the top, and it just sort of really clears all of that area up. I'm going to leave her face. She's got no imperfections. You know, there is a fine line. If you do all of this stuff of making her just not look real, she's still real. She's still a person. So we don't want to make her just look like a computerized image. Might just get rid of a few thin wrinkles, which sort of just does. If you drag that right up, you can see where that does. I'm just going to do a little bit. And the shadows again, you know, it just sort of gets rid of all of that. We don't really want to. I'm not going to remove her pores. She's got great skin. She hasn't got any shine. I don't need to trim her eyebrows. You can barely see them under a fringe anyway. Around the mouth, this just sort of gets rid of any of the lines, and I'll just do a little bit. Let's close that. Skin lighting. Now, this is actually really good if you haven't got your lighting right on your image. So you just drag this around and it changes where the light comes from on her face. So I've clearly got a lot of light on this side because there's a shadow down here. So I might have it over here. I don't really want it going up. That's never flattering. You want it going down like that. Right, let's zoom back in. The good thing is you don't have to view before and after. You can do the before and after, or just the after. I like to see the difference of what I'm doing so that I can see it's not taking away too much from her. Makeup is what I basically use this for. I'm just going to add a bit of colour to her lips. You see they're quite white in this picture. You can change the texture of the lips. So if I zoom right in there, you can see all the different textures they've got. I quite like just the first one. Looks, well, maybe even the second one actually. Oops. I'm going to go for the second one in this case. I don't want to make them too red, but you can see that's just ridiculous. Just literally just wanted to give them a hint of colour really. I'm going to say about there. And that's good, as you can see what it was and what it isn't. That's why I like to see the before and after. Let's get rid of the lipstick, and we're going to go for the mascara. The mascara they put on is naff. I usually go for the full spoiled. If you zoom in, you can see that's not quite lined up, so you can actually just sort of bring that down a bit, zoom out, and yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. I'm going to leave that as it is. You've got lots of different things you can change on here. You can change the texture. We're going to leave that as it was though. Oops, that was the mascara. Lower eyeshadow, no. Upper eyeshadow, you could put a little bit on there, but might just do a tiny bit. Eyeliner. You've got like the winged eyeliner and all of that. It doesn't look real on here. I'll show you. So you've got like the thick cat eye eyeliner like that. It just doesn't look real. I just stick with the kohl eyeliner. Whoops. And I just sort of, you put that on thick and it looks kind of nice. I like that. I think everyone has a personal preference when it comes to that kind of stuff. A blusher, and she's got more of a round face, so we might just want to put just a tiny little bit. You don't want to overdo it like that, that's just silly. It's just a tiny bit. Whoops. And we'll go for some bronzer. Again, that's what it looks like if you just do the whole face, but we just want to just add a little bit of warmth to her face. I don't do the highlighter. It looks weird. It's in her fringe, it's on her chin. It's strange, I'm not doing it. Eyebrow pencil, you might just want to give them a bit of a darker look, but they're under her fringe, so it's not a big deal. Let's minimise the makeup tools. Eye control. This is the best one. The mascara and the eyes is literally my favourite bit. You can do the teeth on Photoshop, but the teeth are probably the third on the list. So you can whiten the whites of her eyes, and you can make it ridiculously white. I'm just going to go for sort of like around about there. And you can clean the eyes as well. So again, that's stupid. So let's just bring it down a notch. You can darken the pupils. You can make I'm not really sure what that does. The pupil size. You can sharpen the eyes, which is by far the best. You can sharpen the eyebrows, which is often quite good if you want them to just look a bit more edgy. I'm going to brighten her irises a little bit, and you can actually, so if you think, oh, they're still a bit dull, you can change the colour down here, and you can change the actual colour here. We're going to just, I reckon about there. You can add a contact lens, and you can actually see there where her eye is actually not lined up properly, so you can just go back into that on here. Oops, and zoom in and just move that so it is better lined up. You're going to end up with a better picture because of it. So yeah, so you can make her eyes really blue, or you can go for like brown. Oh, that looks terrible, doesn't it? I'm just gonna put that back to 0. There's loads of, I don't know what add an eyelid does. What is that about? Remove pupil reflections. I'm just going to leave that. So that's the eye control. Mouth and nose. Okay, so you can whiten her teeth. You can go like ultra white, which is stupid. And you can also clean the teeth. So I just don't think everyone should have perfectly white teeth. You can also add the colour to the lips here rather than lipstick. Usually just sort of darkening it a little bit. You can sharpen the mouth as well, which sort of makes it a bit more textured. I usually sharpen the teeth a little bit. I know that sounds crazy, but I do. I don't change anything else on there. You can also change your hair colour on here. Like, there we go. Or make her a darker brown. That's actually quite nice, isn't it? Black hair. I don't know how you turn it off now though. Like that. Let's find that nice dark colour. That's kind of a similar colour to what her hair is. Can you see on this image here, it's still really sharp, and it's sort of taken away the sharpness here. You can add a bit of shine, lighten it, darken it. Might just make it a tad darker. But that's kind of the hair anyway. And then you got the skin colouring. It automatically does like a baby skin. I sometimes just go to natural, and you can just sort of bring that up and down. I just sort of bring it up slightly. Now you can change things like the temperature, If you've got a very orange photo, that can be quite good. You can make it brighter, darker. There's just so much you can give them a tan as well, which I tend not to do. Picture controls, I don't really attach any of that because I do that all in Photoshop. So there you have it. You have a before and an after, and I've made it look quite natural. I don't think I've taken too much away from her face. I just really brightened up the eyes and added a bit more mascara to fill in some of the gaps there, and just whitened her teeth and changed her lip colour. That's basically all I've really done, and it's just made so much of a difference to the picture. She doesn't look as tired. You know, she's heavily pregnant. She's due in a week's time. She's going to be tired. We were in there for a while and getting her to stand in different ways. So, yeah, there is the face of that. I mean, the rest of it I would do, like, I've done a video where you can see where I've changed, like, this area here and this area here. And the background as well, because clearly that is not ironed at all. But that is just something that was simply easily done in this program, and it's so brilliant, so great, and you literally just save as, and then it's done. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and now I'm gonna go. Thanks.